Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Kelly, and you're one of my online students. And it looks like you have two questions in your email. First of all, you completed a independent writing practice test number 1, and I'm actually going to evaluate it in this video right now, and I'm going to answer your second question, which is about the conclusion. Okay, so first of all, let's take a look at your essay, and I'll score it. We'll go from there. Okay. In terms of organization, I think you're going in the right direction, at least in the sense your thesis, you definitely in your first paragraph, you have your 3 points: respecting space and privacy, being considerate and communicative, and sharing the housework. So in the second paragraph, you talk about respecting space and privacy, and you talk about someone who uses things without asking for permission. And then you say, she took everything, whatever she wants, without asking, and did not give it to me. Accordingly, a roommate should have this quality. So this could get you into trouble a little bit. So you want to say something like this: accordingly. Instead of being like this girl, a good roommate should be more respectful of other people's space and privacy. So that last sentence, it's a little bit unclear. It almost sounds like you're saying that people should take things without asking, which is not what you want. You're saying that they should respect other people's space and privacy and not take things without asking, right? So it's a little bit unclear what you're doing there. Your third paragraph, you talk about being considerate and communicative. I think that's not a good strategy to discuss both of those. I would discuss one or the other because you're not going to have enough time to adequately support both ideas in the same paragraph. So I just don't think you have enough details to really support both points. That would be my basic suggestion on paragraph 3. So then your last idea, sharing the housework. And again, I think you need to give a little more specific example in there. You might say, for example, in my apartment, we have a bathroom that needs cleaning on a weekly basis. Maybe this week it's my responsibility to clean the bathroom, but then the next week this responsibility becomes my roommate. So my roommate needs to share the responsibility of cleaning the bathroom and also for doing other chores around the house. So I think you could more specifically support that idea. In the final paragraph or your conclusion, you say there are many important qualities. You talk about respecting space, being considerate, and sharing the housework. So, and the next thing is grammar. You do have some grammatical issues going on in this paragraph that will bring down your score as well. I'll just point out one example in one of your paragraphs. If you go to paragraph 2, you're having some problems with sentence structure and verb tense. You say, for example, last year the girl that sat beside me in the class was like this. I don't think you need to say that. Just say the last girl that sat beside me in the class. Say took everything or did whatever you want to use wanted, ed, not wants. And then you say did not gave. You can't use gave after the auxiliary verb. It needs to be the base form. Did not give it to me. Did not give it. How about did not give it back, I might say, instead of did not give it to me back. So you're having some problems with using unnecessary words. You're having some problems with your sentence structure. You're having some problems with your verb forms, and that will unfortunately bring your score down a little bit lower. So based on this, if I take a look at the rubrics, I'm going to put you at about, I'm going to say 3.0 out of 4 or 20 points out of 30. Let me write this down and I'll put that in there too. Actually 3.0 out of 5, which gives you 20 points out of 30 on this particular practice test. Okay, going back to your email again, and the next part says, in the conclusion, can I write about looking into the future, expressing my hopes and ambitions about the subject? Should I always include my opinion in the conclusion? It kind of depends on what the question is, what you're being asked to do, but let's assume that you're doing an argumentative type essay, which is the most popular type of task that you'll be asked during the writing, the independent writing task anyway. I would try to take the conclusion and restate the key points of what you just discussed. If you want to look into the future, that's okay, but be careful that you don't bring up new information or new content. It's probably not a good idea. Should I include my opinion in the conclusion? If it's argumentative, yeah, I would. Because there's really no better way to reinforce the argument than to restate that argument in the conclusion. That's the last thing that you leave your readers with anyway, right? So, anyway, so during the video, I've read and scored your essay, gave you some comments both on your organization, your development, and then some grammar issues that you're facing. And also I answered the 2 questions that you asked me in your email. Now if you go back to my website, I would say you know what you're trying to do. You know how to organize your response, right? So I don't see any major problems with that. In terms of reviewing lessons, I would like you could probably spend a little more time in the grammar lesson number 7. I know it's a lot of information, but it would be good that you continue practicing the editing exercises at that particular website. That's going to be very important for you so that you can minimize the number of errors that you're making in your writing.